released this report, and also giving those reports and evidence coming from the Turkey. Turkey is the country, and this consular office of the Saudi's consular office is based on Turkey. Of course, Turkey has the very first hand of those evidence. So those evidence has been constantly, released, and even based on the daily basis. So those, I think even CIA has come up with this report. So I think now, China, of course, we are not some parties involved with this issue. So we just calling for those facts should be digged out and they should be respected.
Speaking of Turkey, indeed, President Trump has said that he doesn't want to listen to the tape, and he actually did not mention Turkey at all in his statement. So, Mr. Oral in Istanbul, how has President Trump's statement gone down in Ankara?
Ankara doesn't support Trump's policies and mostly closer to the UK policies. Especially Ankara has a dialogue with King Salman and diplomatically isolating MBS. And Erdogan and MBS had lots of troubles, starting from Qatari issue, Iraq issue, and Iran issue. But Turkey is supporting especially the unity of Iran, and as UK demands. So this is a diplomatic murdering case becomes a conflict between House of Trump and House of Saudis. Turkey will still feed the nucleus in the near future, and it seems that Ankara is not blaming especially MBS, but the nucleus will maybe finger point MBS. And also, as you know, the leadership of the Middle East and the Gulf, especially Ankara sees the game because both Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and United States are around the same circle, and they are targeting some, especially Iran and the other countries. So Turkey is on the other way, it seems.
Okay, it's rather a complicated situation. Looking back, as I mentioned in the leading, though, Brendan, how do you see the kind of pressure building up from the Congress? Do you think what will happen given the kind of congressional pressure on President Trump at this moment?
President Trump has proven himself to be pretty uncaring to congressional pressure in the past, particularly on an issue that President Trump and his core base supporters will see as an issue that is human rights, which they don't seem to care about, which is about a non-American citizen in Khashoggi, no matter the fact that his children are U.S. citizens.
Or just a resident.
He's a long-time resident. They will also see it as a member of the press causing trouble. So he's going to ignore it.
Okay. What about the U.S.'s relationship to Saudi Arabia, Professor He? I mean, at this moment, President Trump has been sending mixed messages, right, about this case. On one day, he would say this is a worst cover-up in history and a total fiasco. And on the other hand, he would say something that's very evasive. How are these mixed signals being viewed from Riyadh?
Ever since this case has been released and President Trump's those stance towards this issue has been always changeable. Sometimes saying this, sometimes saying that. So but all in all, his stance, to work together, ally together with Saudi, I think has never changed. Because in the year 2017, he paid a visit to Saudi and has already shined this 10 years, this very big. Every year will be 110 billion, dollar, 110 billion dollar, this weapon purchase from the United States. So he regarded this as a very big, business deal, and also he regarded it as a business deal and a strategic alliance, far above about this case. This case, in his eyes, it doesn't matter. It's just small things. So I think Saudi also looks at this issue very well. They already regarded themselves as a very key, those corner allies, core allies together with Israel in this
Okay.
Trump's administration.
Well, yeah. Again, inside Saudi Arabia, however, according to some reports and commentators, that things are maybe starting to agitate a little bit. For instance, some members of the royal family are agitating to think about who really to support as the future monarchy, former future king. At this moment, is MBS, and he's the favorite son of his father, the current king, Salman. But some are saying, although nothing is probably going to happen while this king is alive, after he passes away, probably they will support the uncle of MBS, which is a brother of the current king. So how credible is that scenario, Mr. Oral in Istanbul?
Mr. Ahmed lived in London more than 6 years, as you know, and his position with to the MBS and ex-interior ministry. So he said, what happened in Yemen, don't blame kingdom, just blame MBS. So there are huge differences between the young crown prince and Prince Ahmed. It seems that this will be a short earthquake in the kingdom. The supporters of the Prince Ahmed and also the international pressure on the kingdom will show that there will be a change in the region. It is not about only a crown issue. It's also about Aramco that will be, just the 5% will be $2 trillion for the stock exchange markets.
Okay.
So think that this will be from London or New York, and these next days will show this.
Okay, finally, Professor He, what about the House of Saud? Some people are believing what has happened to the journalist and the aftermath so far has significantly weakened the House of Saud. What's your take?
Yeah, I think that's for sure. When this prince crown has been named as crown, and the people see this, he brings some great hope for this Saudi, because he made some reform, like allow the ladies can driving and also like can go to the stadium to watch the football. But on the other side of the coin, he also made this Yemen war, and also has arrested a lot of princes in Saudi, shows a very tough this policy in some other areas. So this is a mixed picture. But given this journalist killing issue, I think it has been brought a lot of those cloudy now on this lawyer family and their reputation. So this reputation has been greatly damaged. This is need to pay a great effort to reclaim them back.
Okay, thank you very much. We're going to leave it there. Serkan Oral, a political analyst in Istanbul. In Philadelphia, Brandon Blackburn-Dwyer, president of Grasshopper Group. And in Beijing, Professor He Wenping, a senior research fellow with the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences. You have been watching The Point with me, Li Xin. We'll take a short break, and when I come back, I'll be asking how China compares with other nations when it comes to the clearance of landmines. Stay with me.